Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
I also own a farm.
Here we go.
You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. Clearly we're in a different truck because, well, our truck is right here and it's broken. So, yeah. I'm not very happy with it, but it is what it is. And I know 5 years ago we blew a turbo up. I think it was about 5 years ago. And, well, we blew another one up. So, switching brands as far as turbos because Danville is no longer in business. So we got a 66 mil turbo coming Monday. Today is Friday. It is Friday. And as we see, we got snow. I was almost 4 hours away from home when it blew up, so I appreciate Isaiah coming and getting me. But I'm rocking the service truck right now just to run some errands for, well, not just myself, but yeah. Alrighty, that is where we're at. So we're gonna put a new turbo in on Monday on that. But what I need to do is get the driveway plowed. And yeah, then it can come in. We can pull that old turbo out, and we got quite a few things. We got parts coming for the white truck. That should be here today. We have parts for the pressure washer. I know some people got worked up about the whole pressure washer thing as far as running water through it and things like that and welding on stuff. But it's gonna work out, hopefully. You gotta keep in mind, that was a $0 invested pressure washer, and now we got some money invested. I know I'm throwing you guys around, but I gotta open the doors. Truck will move. Ooh, slid right past the stop. Truck will move, it just doesn't move very well. So we'll get it pulled out and see what goes on there, but let me get this started up and plow the driveway out. Calves are all fed, trucks are parked up. It is what it is. That's really where it is. And yes, that truck cost me money, but at the same point it does, yeah. Don't build a race truck. They're dumb. Trucks are dumb. It's nothing but soft and muddy underneath. Yeah, it's nothing but mud underneath. But the main reason I'm plowing the driveway is because we got packages coming. So I'm probably just gonna let it melt. It's supposed to be like 60 this week. Done pushing snow around. What a waste of time. It's just a mess. Some housekeeping stuff. It goes right there. Housekeeping. Oh, we do have decals in the pickup. So pickup, new turbo on Monday. We'll get that figured out. The 112 is actually getting a new starting system as far as the updated kit. So that is the plan. I have a gentleman that he has reached out and figured out some things for me, and we should be good. So those coils, we proved that the coils were bad, both of them. And I'm sure people think that they can help me on that side, but as far as you can buy a used coil for the Tecumseh for 200 something bucks, or you can buy the new ignition system setup. So might as well go with something that's more modern and the parts are readily available. Thought about swapping that to a Kohler, but for the money, and the Tecumseh is a good motor, it's just the parts, they didn't make excess parts like the Kohler side of it. So that is on the list. The 46 is on the planner, which it needs the marker arms put on. I got to see what we're going to do for the fertilizer, stuff like that. But priority is marker arms, and then, yeah, that might be it. We might not put saddle tanks on this tractor this year. Yeah, I'm working through my program for the year. So we got that. Pressure washer, we were messing around with that. Bunch of people had some concerns about it being a bomb, blowing up when it's under pressure, the pump not having water to it. Well, we got the parts. They showed up. I can't say, I think it's Jim. I think it was Jim that I talked to. I can't say enough for the Power Master guys. I think that's what it is. Power America, right? So, can't say enough to them. Got the invoice. This is what we're looking at. We got that insulation. Wow. That's actually a lot of insulation. So we got the insulation. He did hit me up after I had ordered, and he said, hey, you want oil for that pump? I said, probably should switch that out. We got oil, so we can drain that, because who knows when it was last done. We got the two, I don't know what they're actually called, packing assemblies, so we got those. We have all of the springs and O-rings for the, I guess they're valve assemblies. And then we got the on-off switch, so we don't have to do sketchy things any longer. So, and of course we got the insulation to go around it. Is there two of these? Or is the top still good, but bottom? So the coil is gonna come back out once we get it running and everything else like that. Right now it is in my house garage because that garage actually holds heat in, and I didn't want it to freeze. It is, well, it's 40 degrees in here right now with that heater running. I've got to move the bigger one back in here. That's the milk room. Yeah, it is cold out. I brought it in here, so let's get it tore down, run through it completely, be in a good place. So we know, if you haven't watched previous videos, what went on with this was we received it about 1.5 years ago, I'd say roughly, and never got around to messing with it. Yes, there's noise going on with that. I'd like it to get a little warmer. So the burner did not have the transformer working. The old one was junk. Spare one, a little bit different as far as the housing and mounting. So fix that. Somebody did say the solenoids do not work unless there's water pressure going through it. So that's good to know. Hopefully that's the case, but why I did all that was if literally everything was junk and it wouldn't work, dumping that much money into it does not make sense. So we narrowed it down on purpose. It's, who knows when that last ran, to be honest. So we got the pump rebuild kit now because it was leaking out of it. There was some people that said don't ever run it without water going into it. Relax, we had to rebuild it anyways. It wasn't because of that. So what I'm gonna do, pull the pump off. You got 6 bolts here. You gotta loosen that line. And this is disconnected right now. We just gotta disconnect these wires. I already took the wire nuts off. This is actually gonna fight us, I know, because one did not come out last time. But now that I know how everything is, we're gonna have to force it out. So there's 2 of these in here. Some of them have 4, I think. And on this, on the plungers here that move back and forth, those aren't all scored up. They got some markings from sitting around, but that should be good. He said it's easy enough to rebuild those and get all that stuff. So general pump. Yeah, that O-ring right there, or gasket, is junk. So this all goes together somehow in some way, and things and stuff, and so on and so on. I believe it goes like that. When we pull one out, we'll see. And then this goes like this, or something. I don't remember. I'll get one out. Without damaging everything else. I don't remember which one came out and which one didn't. I need like, what do I got? Okay. All right, so that one's out. Oh. A little bit different way out. Are these the same? Yes, they are. They're just different. Oh, they got ports on the side. So they're like updated. He said this pump might be like really old. So everything else looks good in there. Oh, they go inside of each other. That is how. It goes like that. And then that goes in the bottom, like that. I don't know if I'm supposed to lubricate any of this up before it slides together or what. And we got to take all the caps off and do those, but probably just some soapy water. Okay, just need a little bit of persuasion. So one's done. This one's the one that's really messed up, so hopefully it comes out and I can show you guys. I didn't really help it, but that is what was junking it right here. The gasket was pretty bad. And those gaskets don't look very good either. Okay. Oh, there we go. I actually put a plug in the intake for any solution, stuff like that, because I think that valve's got an issue, so it's pulling air from there anyways. So I had it pinched off. We don't use that. We use foam cannons and stuff like that anyways for when we put some solution through it. So I got all the tops off, all the caps, and what we're gonna do, some of them are messed up. Well, one of them's at least cracked. That one, this one here, I think is the cracked one. And those are just check valves that allow it to build pressure, I believe, as it goes back and forth. Intake and, come on. There we go. Yeah, this one's got a crack right through it right there. And that's broken. So, quick rebuild. And then there's O-rings that go with them. There's no O-rings on the caps, I guess, but there's O-rings on the bottom. So let me get those out. smaller screwdriver. There we go. One O-ring, two O-ring, three O-ring, four O-ring. So do we put the O-rings on the fittings before, or? That's probably the best way, right? Yeah. On the valves. Ooh. Or maybe we put them down in there first and then it pushes into them, because when they're like that, it does not want to go. And they come in a packet of 6, which I only need 4 in this application, so we'll have 2 spares for the future. Yeah, that's much easier. And that sits down in it. Put the O-rings in first. I think I got dish soap in there. I was wondering what it smells like. Dish soap. The other one has royal purple, or purple power. Nice. So those are in. I always do this one first, otherwise you can't get to it. I gotta figure out how we drain the oil out of that. General Pump Industrial Pump Oil Series 100. He said almost a full container. Specially formulated for high pressure plunger pumps. So we got the check right here, which I'll get some light for you. I pulled it out and it is milky. And then the drain, which is really not in a convenient spot. And we got a drain plug back here, I believe. It's the only other plug I can see at the lower limit without taking this pump right off and flipping it over. The belt actually looks halfway decent, so that's just gonna make a mess, to be honest. It is what it is, I guess, though. We'll get that loosened up. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. So I got it sprayed down. We're good. It's actually red fluid. That is a breather, and it is also your fill gauge. So right there, I had it flipped upside down, walking around getting you guys. So that should be good. Clean up around it. I'm glad he recommended doing that. I would not have thought about it. So we can put the pump back together now, and then just the switch, and we got to pull this coil back out to put the better insulation in it, and then we should be good to go. We might give it a try. It's a little chilly outside to be pressure washing, but and then if it is working, we can put the solenoid back in, so that it only works when there's water pressure, like somebody had pointed out. So did some learning with this. Honestly, previously we never messed around with the pressure washers. We always just sent them out to Power Masters. I keep saying Power on America. It's Power Masters. Got it all hooked up properly again, so plugs are in, wired back up. Let's pull the coil back out. This is not really a one person job, to be honest. I got quite a bit. Oh, we do have a top and bottom. That's good. You poke that hole out of them, and then they're good to go. Okay, oil's out. That stuff's got a little heat burn to it. But since we got all of it, So we're gonna have to cut that. I almost feel like we gotta cut it here. Show you guys what it looks like. Not too bad. Hopefully that slides right down into it. Hopefully it's holding together a lot more. Then we got the other ones that go around the top. Close it up some. I don't know if putting cardboard between it would hold it up. Slide it in. Only your thumbs, bud. So we zip tied it around. I do not know how they do it. Got it packed down as much as I can. Was pushing it down, breaking it into sections. Not the best way, but it is what we got. So all I got left is this top piece, and we'll cut that out, throw that on, and put the cover on, do the switch. Yeah, hopefully we're in a good place. An emergency warning just came up, and it said that New Jersey had an earthquake, and we might feel aftershocks in New York. When does Jersey have earthquakes? This world. Lid back on. We might have to notch right here so it sits a little, because that sits higher, but everything's back together, except for we don't have a switch. Well, we got a switch. Hopefully they're the same. Them guys were pretty good. I give them a lot of credit. Look at that. Okay. Let me see how this goes together. I guess we didn't have to take that front off. No, we do, because it goes through and then holds it on there. Okay. We're actually still somewhat okay. There's quite some pieces here.
This other one's a little different.
So everything is numbered. So we should be good there. We just gotta swap it from, oh, let me take that right off. Swap it from where we are to where we need to be. Okay, there's one. So that would be 4, and yep, this one's 4. That one's got 1 and 1. It's gonna be a lot better being able to turn it on and off instead of pull the power. I don't think that's really the best thing to be doing. Okay, so that should lock up there, but let me get this broken stuff out of the way first. Bingo. Easy. Okay. Now we just gotta put the cover on. Okay, we better, I don't really know. Because as we see, it's snowing outside again. FedEx is coming. He's got parts for me. 20 bucks. Pitman arm, the steering linkage for the white truck. Which would be good to get that in. We are waiting on some filters. I think they're coming tomorrow. You turning, bud? Pulling it. Oh yeah. What is it, Duffy? So Isaiah actually looked it up while I was messing around with stuff. So if it doesn't fit, we're blaming it on him. It does look great. The other one has a lot of slop and yeah, no ungreasable anywhere. I don't believe it's greasable. I don't know. Like a lot of slop, unsafe slop. So we'll get it swapped to this. We'll swap that once we see that this pressure washer works right. Probably gonna eat some lunch. I think it's 1 o'clock. Come on, bud. Yeah, FedEx dropped that off. He ain't going to get in the truck, and the guy wouldn't let him in the truck. The guy also had reverse light out and a brake light out, which I can't say much about that because we have that out too. We got to fix that when the truck's in the shop. So pull it back over to the garage, the house garage. We got water and power there, and then I'll put it in the garage. I gotta get a new connector piece. The seals are all messed up, but let it fill up. Other than the leaks we got in the fittings, I'd say we're good to go. I do have to wash the outside of my house at some point, but I don't think today with all the snow is going to be the day to do it. Something's not right with the float that's in that. So I'm going to go ahead and take that apart because it outran the water right away. And we should have plenty of water pressure coming through this. So I guess two wrenches, drop that down. Let me shut the water off. But it's clearly doing what it's supposed to. So let me grab some wrenches and we'll figure that out. How are you doing? Good. Did I shut the water off? Yeah. That would be awkward. It's getting colder, I think. So there should be a float in here that allows it to fill up and then shut off. And I think it's probably filled with a bunch of junk. Granted, this is not the pan that came with it. Somebody swapped this out at some point. But I think it's just 2 bolts on either side. And pop it right off and see what it looks like from the top. Well, take the cover off. We were doing good. pipe through here, and we're still hooked to the hose. Oh, it's got a bracket that's on that over there. Okay, take the hose off, so then we can tip it some more. I don't know what's going on here. There's got to be some junk in it or something. It's got to be just not enough flow coming through it. You guys can see nothing there. But let's see. Okay. I'm thinking I can take this right off and see what's in it. I'm thinking I'm wrong. I know it will come off. Oh. I'd rather not break the float, and the bolt that goes through the float's junk. Should have had them send me a whole assembly. Okay. I'm thinking it wasn't moving enough to actually let it drain through. Because there's nothing plugged in it. Lube that up or something. That moves a lot better. Hopefully that's it. Let's probably put that in first and then we'll put that on after. So, water full, low. I thought that moves with it. Or does water pressure push that back? We're gonna go hook the hose to it and see. Oh, that looks a lot better. So yeah, the fittings in here, we're gonna get some pieces for that. I'm gonna let it fill up. I scraped some of there's clay and sediment. Yes, we're leaking out of that fitting where the hose comes in. Not gonna be our long-term hose, but it sounds a lot better, like it's filling fast. I'll let it fill and shut off. I did realize that, where'd it go? Did I kick it? There was a screen somewhere in there, and the screen was kind of junk. It was laying right here on the ground. It must have, right here. It was full of junk and stuff. So, probably need that, but I'm making sure things are good. So it is full right now. Let's see. Got it all figured out now. We're good to go. Cleaned up the jet. Well, I already got it figured out now. Should be good to go. We're gonna mess with it and actually pressure wash something. Maybe. Well, the sun's coming out, but it's still snowing. But I did the, what is it? Awning. It's not. I guess it's not the awning, but the apron. And yes, there's a crack that goes through. That is not part of foundation work at all. And yes, my walls are still not painted. I really don't, it's not on my to-do list right now. But very excited. We got a heat pressure washer. Did the outside of the house here and around and so on and so on. So I'm gonna pack this stuff up, put it in there. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. It's 2 o'clock. And yeah, that took a little bit longer. I'll see if this rolls into what we're gonna do for the rest of the day or what. But if not, I appreciate you guys watching along. Like and subscribe and being part of the channel. And Nico's sitting there staring at me. I'll see you guys on the next one.